If you want to learn exactly how to fail your exams, then keep watching this video. And this is coming from someone who used to actually get a lot of bad grades in high school to then someone who learned how to study and get consistent good grades in university. And so I'm going to be showing you the 5 common steps that I always used to do that resulted me in getting bad grades in my exams. And so you can use them to genuinely learn how to fail your exams, or if you're smart, then you can learn to avoid those and then get better grades. And so number 1 is just studying the night before their exam. Sure, it sounds really obvious, but I still see people studying before the exam when it's like for university tests. Like I'll see people start studying for a final 2 or 3 days before. I mean, if you're someone who genuinely wants to use their grades for their future, for their careers, you actually want to get good grades, and you're not going to do that by studying the night before. And usually because this number 1 step, just studying the night before, is going to cause all the other steps that are going to be coming in this video. And so just by avoiding number 1, then you're also going to be more likely to actually avoid the mistakes that are upcoming as well. And what you might actually want to do is replace studying the night before with having a 7-day study method. And that way you can split your work through 7 whole days. And that's exactly what I do in order to actually get better grades now. Number 2 is just staying up all night and not getting any sleep. We know that information is consolidated into memory during our sleep. Then why do all of us just ignore our sleep at the cost of studying more, when that studying is not even going to be in our memory when we're actually trying to use it for the test? And like I said, if we just avoid number 1, studying the night before, then we're much less likely to actually stay up all night and study because we've already gotten a decent amount of studying. And now I replace this with getting the best night of sleep before my test. I really focus on the night before the test to get the best sleep of my life because now I know how important it actually is, and now I can actually see the results just from my experiences. Number 3 is listening to music while you're studying. And this is something that I used to do, and especially music that has a lot of lyrics, probably like a lot of rap. And this would ruin my studying efficiency because I'd literally just be distracted by the lyrics and I could not focus for more than 3 minutes at a time. And so even though music is a thing that a lot of people use just to feel better about themselves, just to like get some energy and just improve their mood, it's not going to help you with studying. And I can make a whole video opposing music and the harms that it has, but that's for another video. But in terms of studying, it's not going to help you. Sure, some people say classical music and non-lyrical, whatever, lo-fi music helps, but I'd rather just listen to nothing, or sometimes I'll have white noise or like some 40 hertz binaural beats or something, and it actually helps me get into flow state. But again, could be just personal experience. Couldn't hurt to try it out. Number 4 is having your phone beside you when you study. This is something that just everyone has because we're all so dependent on our phones. But it's only when I actually started implementing against my willpower, like start implementing putting my phone on the other side of the room, or even sometimes at some extreme, just giving it to someone else, like putting it in another room just so I don't even have an outlet to actually distract myself. And so this honestly was a big game changer as well, not just for studying, but for my life in general, not being so dependent on my phone and just decreasing my screen time. It definitely improves your mood and a lot of other things in your life. And then number 5 is letting go of your exercise, your diet, and everything else just for the excuse of studying more. And this is something that people in high school, people in university, most students in general just have this cope of like, oh yeah, I'm going to drop everything else for this week just to study more. And so especially when you only have one night to study for the test, then you're going to drop everything else. You're going to eat low quality foods just so that you study more and don't have to worry about cooking. But it's only when I thought about it, your nutrition actually affects how your brain performs, and also your exercise also has benefits on your cognitive abilities. And so neglecting those is going to make you a less efficient student. And so if you genuinely want to fail your test or just get worse marks, then follow these 5 steps. I guarantee you'll get worse grades than you are getting right now. But if you want to learn how to actually become an efficient student and just also hit all your goals in self-improvement and increase your discipline and productivity and whatnot, then the first link in my description is just my free community, and it's full of guys that are doing the same exact thing. And so if that sounds interesting, I'll see you there.